was that just the sheer amount of money that was being thrown around. The Rolls Royce was being used as a dowry, and it was parked right outside the house with flowers on top. I mean, you couldn't miss it even if you tried.
Wow, EPO, EPA.
Everyone would walk in after looking at that Rolls Royce, and they'd be like, why is that Rolls Royce there? Oh, the dowry.
The dowry from
Tina's dad to the husband. $7 million. Everyone had a great time. A few people had a weird suspicion that they couldn't really put their finger on. And this is definitely stereotype. I think a lot of the time, people get away with pretending to be rich, like Anna Delvey and other people. I mean, in our heads, we're like, how does that even happen? How do you not realize that they're not rich, right? But there is a weird stereotype.
Did you swap back to the Wi-Fi?
Alright. So of course, when a con artist is not all there in the head, or something's not adding up, we just all chalk it up to rich people being eccentric, rich people being weird, and it's kind of fascinating. And I think that's what happened with this wedding. People were noticing that Tina's parents were kind of spacing out, not answering questions, but maybe that's how rich people are. They don't have time to kind of spacing out, not answering questions. Huge deal, especially for newlywed couple. This is Tina and Tim's first New Year's together. Tina and a couple of her family members, younger brother, uncle, they come to Tina's house so that they can also the two families. Nancy was there since she's now Tina's sister-in-law, and she thought Tina's dad was such a nice guy. While they were having dinner, Tina's dad told Nancy's family, hey, I've got a bunch of plane tickets, and out of that, about 500 tickets.
I'm going down the South Park and I had it all the time. And a pocket day all night, and a pocket all the time. I'm going down the South Park and I meet some friends of mine.
I'm landing it.
Where? Here?
Mama.
I don't know, it's just really
you tell me to get to somewhere I don't want to go. It doesn't matter how much it costs.
They thought it was really cool though. I mean, I don't know if they took them up.
Damn, it's cold, man. Why is it so cold?
Or there was a destination that was set in place, but it was just odd. And that was just the start of his business proposal. He comes over and tells me where owning a house is automatically a good investment. And since the home values are always climbing, Tina was like, my dad can get that's like a 70% discount. 70% discount on a house. Nancy was not interested. But if you're like, you know what? If you're ever going to buy real estate, it's Nancy's money to buy the house from Tina and her dad, and this starts becoming a regular thing. This was officially becoming, like, Tina was opening a real estate business at this point. She transformed her apartment into a real estate office. She even had 2 saleswomen from a real estate place help her out. Often, the woman would contact Nancy and her family and let them know when the house was available for purchase. And most of the time, the homes were being offered for one time it happened. I feel like I was going to feel a burden. Like, you said so much to me, now I feel like I owe you. The third time, Nancy thought it was getting all a little strange. How could they keep selling these homes for so cheap? It didn't sit well with her. She always thought too good to be true. But then she finally saw you know what?
On me. Let's go.
And Nancy thought, maybe this is how the rich stay rich. Like, maybe that's the perk of having rich in-laws. Everyone around you gets rich. Then one day, Tina calls Nancy, and she's like, hey, can I borrow $4,000? I'm at the hospital, and it's an emergency. $4,000? You can't pay for it? I'm so confused. Of course I'm confused. But my doctor I'm in the ER. So can you loan me $4,000? At this point, Nancy, she can't ignore her suspicions anymore. There is no way someone as rich as Tina was claiming that she needed to borrow money from a local beauty salon owner to pay an emergency. And there at the beauty salon, Nancy finds out around this time that Tina return to the hairdresser, waiting out the house, because I just realized I forgot my wallet. Can you put this on your tab and I'll pay you back next week? Oh, and give yourself a tip. My turn. I'm thinking about yes, it happens every single time. So all those times when Tina left that tip that were like 5 times the amount of the original thing, they were all in the belief, in the belief that Nancy would pay them back. Yeah, basically they were all together. And like, yes, it took them a while to figure it out, but I think it again has to do with the fact that Nancy was, Tina was really good at manipulating these people. It was just insane. The way that she just had this, it's like the same situation with Anna. Like, the same situation. You have this confidence, this sheer arrogance, and people are going to be inclined to believe you. I think that's the craziest part. It's like liars have so much arrogance that it's almost terrifying when you really think about it. So, Nancy's own husband, Nick, was regularly loaning insane. Nancy finds out that Tina's husband was also loaning Tina money. I mean, they were basically Nancy asked the confidant if they could investigate Tina's bank records and her personal information, and that definitely starts flooding out. Nancy was flabbergasted. Not only was Tina not rich, she was actually broke. Her father wasn't rich, she was a wool migrant worker who was just on it's her dad as well. Who the hell is the guy who sold Nancy's family the plane tickets and all those real estate properties, and the guy that showed up in a Rolls Royce to the wedding? Who's he? On top of that, Tina's not even her real name. Her real name is Ning. So what's going on? Nancy thought her real name was Tina. Tina made it seem like that was her legal name, but it wasn't. Nothing that Nancy knew or thought she knew about Tina was real.
It wasn't hiding in it.
Let's talk about Tina Rodriguez. She was born in 1995 in this very rural, remote province in northeastern Vietnam. She never even really knew her dad since he had walked out of the family.
Can you close that door? That sliding door?
And two younger brothers in this single-story brick home, which I don't think anything's wrong with that. It's just very different from the story that Tina was
Right next to me.
It got so rough that Tina just didn't respond well to her.
He's the cold puppy.
Her family would usually find her temple, just trying to find shelter. I think her mom didn't know how to help her. So Tina dropped out of school at 14 and she starts working. We don't know. We don't know what kind of job. But it is that it was she starts cooking. Go. You don't even exist. You realize that all the luxury cars were rented. For a personal driver, which just added to this whole illusion that you're creating. Her whole life and scam depends on the idea that if you look rich, people will believe that you're rich, and rich people will want to hang out with rich people.
And then what? So you can borrow money from them?
Yes! But have investment ideas with that. People started becoming rich because she was scamming them out of their money. So she pretended to be rich. She got money and became somewhat rich and then blew it all, and then it was a cycle that would have to start all over again. She was beautiful, so she attracted a lot of rich boyfriends who would just fuel her spending habits. They would buy her brand new clothes, not the counterfeit stuff, designer clothes, designer bags, and they would just start spending, and when they start spending less and less on her, she would dump her. That rich men were no strangers to having women being only attracted to them for their money. So Tina would go in and she would purchase them big gifts in the beginning. Before they even bought her a single thing, she would shower them with gifts. And I think that made them feel at ease. That she was independently wealthy, that she didn't need them. So they felt comfortable buying her extravagant gifts in return.
Or sometimes because she has so much money, then people buy more expensive things to wow her.
Yes, and you feel like, oh, this isn't good enough because all she wears is Gucci Prada. Like, I gotta get her a Bugatti. I don't know, because there's a picture of her wearing a Richard Mille watch, which is insane. Like, the cheapest Richard Mille for a woman goes for, I think, a lady's piece, goes for, like, I think $100,000. Into investing money with her, but then she would take your funds and disappear from your life. Then in 2018, she met Tim, Nancy's brother.
Did I borrow some gold?
He's one of the biggest. She's just like, I'm married guy.
Huh?
They were planning a wedding. Tina
Did I borrow some gold? I need 250.
But then Tim is like, yeah, I'm gonna have like 500 people on my side.
Oh, easy.
Oh, like 200. We were just
Oh, good.
one side of a million people come, and then the other side has like 5 people come.
I guess. What do you think? Did you ask your parents?
Yeah.
What did they say?
I still need gold.
But now we are being forced to have a dinner in Atlanta to invite everyone that I didn't originally want to come to our wedding. Just backfired.
You were like 95%.
We don't even, they don't even know us, I don't think, okay? Like, nobody I know. It's not like on, it's like, oh.
And they're going to be like, I held you when you were a baby and you beat in my heart.
And then she's like, thank you so much. Yeah, his family are bringing 100 people. Because my mom doesn't have and I'm not fucking
Oh, shit.
Really?
No, but something that is my
No, my gold.
Fuck.
Now I can't just invite 1 or 2 people. I need to have 100 people at her wedding. She realized that she couldn't invite any of her actual family members. Talk to them. She had cut off her mom and her brothers a long time ago. They had no idea where she was or what she was doing or whose life she was even pretending to live. She couldn't risk them for something else. She couldn't risk them for...
GG's. GG's.
The man who sold Nancy's family real estate through Tina, the man who came to Nancy's house, who ate with them, who sang karaoke with them, who drove up in the church car Rolls Royce, who walked Tina down
Big dog. Okay,
the first time she met Tina was when she hired Nancy's family to go to wedding. Then for the wedding, and after the wedding, everything Tina needed was to get on. She was full of the same and they said it in her like more than 5 years. The woman who played Tina's mom at the wedding, the guy who played her younger brother, and she said all of them were actors. Insane part. And I don't know why she didn't think of this when she had put thought into everything else. None of them knew that the other people were also actors. So the uncle's showing up like, oh, that's so weird. weird. I don't know why she really needs an uncle at this wedding. So, oh, these are her real parents. I gotta show you.
Their energy must be very funny.
Yeah, their energy was bizarre. Bizarre. The actor that played Tina's dad, for example, he was under the impression that Tina's mom was the real Tina's mom. Tina's mom, the actress, was under the impression that Tina's dad was really Tina's dad. And Tina hired them all from the same company, so I don't know how they didn't know each other. It's the company called Tina who confirmed that Tina had solicited their services for her wedding. I mean, I guess they have like...
Oh, yeah, that's cool as. Where do you get those?
Policy, I don't know what it was.
Cool.
And the same way she did with the actor who played her dad, Tina would call up the other actors who represented her uncle. They would reprise their roles as they were younger, so they only watching them young.
How much was it cost to hire 300?
For the wedding, I think it was close to $300. Even the two real estate agents that were supposedly helping Tina sell properties at discounted prices, they weren't even real estate agents. They were local students that Tina had hired. To pretend to be real estate agents. You know,
That's on a piece of paper.
with fake notaries. A few years later, the actor who played Tina's dad made a public statement. I've been spoken to brides since the wedding, so I'm not participating in the scam. The fees for playing the dad at the wedding were fairly which interesting. Anyway, after this time, Nancy starts speaking into Tina's background, and Nancy was understandably furious, especially when she remembered how Tina
Old man. Going down South Bucket, meet some friends of mine.
She dragged Tina into a room when she knew the truth.
Bro.
All the money that she took. They weren't even lights up. They was like, you're a liar, you're a fraud, just walking back and forth. And Tina's breaking down sobbing, like, please don't hurt me, I'm pregnant. Please, like, I can't pay you back right now, but I promise I'll work and I'll pay you back and I'm gonna give you all your money, please. Oh, no. I mean, we don't know if she was, but she never... Yeah, there wasn't evidence.
Oh, Chad, so good to have internet back. So good.
She didn't carry this home. Not that there needed to be, but you get it with her track record. It's really hard. So Nancy...
What am I doing? Let's go, dog. Oh, shit.
But it would just cause a public scandal, and Nancy's family just did not want this attention. So Tina's husband Tim divorced her, but they didn't.
Ah, your ass, bro. Use the ass.
Tina's gonna mail us a fat check. Hopefully, she really does feel sorry.
Just like that.
Yeah, but we know the anecdote, right?
Yeah, they don't stop.
We really know the teen story. Weeks passed. Then what? This year, Nancy's family never heard from Tina. And then in the fall of 2022, Nancy was she said it's been 3 years. I thought Tina was changing, but until yesterday, I found out that she was still the same, continued to scam other people in other cities. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars in scams. So what happened during those 3 years? After Tina divorced him, she moved to a new country. She was on a perfect. But she's not going to March 2021, she meets her next husband. His name is redacted for privacy reasons, so we're going to call him Jake. Tina and Jake. They date for a short period of time, and then she's like, guess what, Jake? She won't. Or this man, she never cared about him. thing, but Jake was and we thought, well, we need to I need to do the right thing. We need to raise the family together. We don't know how old Jake is, but looking at the pictures, he looks like maybe early 30s, very young. Tina's about 30. Not that. Because the two get married, and this one is more extravagant. He seems to be really into the ceremony in the middle of the road. It's beautiful. It's pretty. It's also getting cold. It's getting the guests are doing it, but like in the best way possible. Like Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest. She wore cowboy boots for a wedding. It was intimate. It's just, oh my god, it's like everything I want my wedding to be. There were only like a couple of dozen guests in the groom's side and only one guest on Tina's side. Her mom.
Actual mom?
No, it was another actor.
Another actor? You're kidding me.
Yeah. So Tina's life is so filled with drama. I would gladly pretend to be her mother, like no pain necessary. I just want to be part of the drama. I just want to see what's going on. So just a few weeks after this romantic fairy tale wedding, Tina steals about $5,000 from her new husband and she leaves him. There was nothing Jake or the family could do because Tina and Jake had this wedding ceremony and they were thinking about getting the paperwork afterwards. But she skedaddled out of there with his money before they got their wedding papers officiated. So they never had a legal marriage. They were devastated, more just like the betrayal than the money itself. They just wanted to move on, so they did not press charges. And Tina would get away once again, and then she would do it again. Around 15 victims in total would come forward, all with similar stories.
Wow.
It's alleged that Tina stole millions of dollars in total from her victims. And that's just the ones that came forward. I mean, there's speculation that a lot of people did not want to come forward. One victim is a 38-year-old, we're calling Patrick. He met Tina in February of 2022. He was on a business trip. So Tina's MO had evolved a bit. She's a little bit more sophisticated now. She wasn't the daughter of one of Vietnam's richest men anymore. Not that she ever was, but that's sort of what that. This time, Tina told Patrick that her dad was a senior intelligence officer for the government. And she claimed that she was helping her dad organize some sort of top-secret meeting filled with political power, espionage, and conversations about world domination. Patrick said, Stephen, her dad was the legitimacy of her which I find interesting. Because I feel like people who are actually related to intelligence officers wouldn't tell you that they're related to intelligence officers, right? I don't know. They sound very intelligent. But if you're just doing McDonald's services, don't tell me that your dad is CIA operative right now. The Patrick has no reason.
Oh, well, at least your dad will be happy now. I won't have to worry about it fucking constantly dropping all the time now.
Patrick never considered that the person that he was texting was Tina.
So it turns out it's not our internet provider, it was just that bloody cord, all this time.
Yeah, you guessed it. Not the same one.
I reckon stay with them, man.
Retired.
Hey, all good.
Another great actor. Rolls-Royce Daddy is out in
But they do need to work on their support because their customer support's pretty arse.
AKA Tina from the fake account telling
Oh
Patrick,
shit.
like typing, oh no, my top secret meeting fell through. Can I borrow $17,000 to cancel it? Otherwise they're gonna kill me. I'm so confused about this. If you think it's bad that Patrick gave Tina $17,000 to cancel an imaginary event, it gets worse because Patrick ended up giving Tina close to $64,000 by the time that she ghosted him. What's crazy to me is there came a point where Tina said she genuinely fell in love. The con artist had met her match.
Who?
But at least we'll have a backup cord now though. 2 backup cords. That's on.
So yummy. And I kind of feel like it was love because this guy didn't
Don't shoot at me, buddy. Don't be like that.
And he's a coffee shop owner, and he met Tina on Facebook in July of 2022, so pretty recent. They didn't immediately start talking, but Tina was kind of drawn to the type of post that he made on Facebook. He was living a genuine, carefree life. He was pretending to be someone that he wasn't, and maybe Tina realized that she wanted that life all along. True love. What did she do? She gets his attention, and then she tells him that she has a brain tumor. What? Yeah, we're gonna get there. So they start texting on Facebook, and I'm not sure. I think this one is a side story on this one, which if you think about it, it's kind of sad. So Tina basically is stating that she said this to get him into I think she really got him into. They meet face to face for the first time, and Colleen was like, wow. She's so pretty. He said, well, work, and as kind Boyz. I mean, she appeared to be very understanding and genuine. They started meeting and they started meeting each other outside. And even though Tina would say that she was genuinely in love with Colleen, she couldn't stop her. She told him that he was a Canadian government official. She showed Colleen a empty apartment and didn't let her in town and said that she owned the apartment, but most likely she was just renting it for show. Colleen had no reason not to believe her, at least for 2 weeks. And then the story got really bizarre, really fast. Out of the blue, she told Colleen, everything, without Colleen did not even have enough time to process this information before Tina added that she was in a different kind of danger. My dad is a government official from Canada, and I am constantly under threat of being kidnapped, either for ransom or for leverage against my government dad. So, can I say anything? Colleen was like, absolutely. Let me say that, which I think just proves my damsel in distress theory. If you believe in in distress theory, where like a lot of straight men just can't help. They can't help a girl who's in distress.
Yeah.
You just want to save her house?
Isn't that similar to like a hero?
Yeah.
Like you want to just be the hero?
Yeah, but does that make sense? Then less than 2 weeks after, she's like, I'm gonna stay both. Okay, well what did she do? She doesn't leave for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, he's footing the bill, buying groceries, doing everything. I mean, they barely know each other. But she seemed desperate. She genuinely thought she was going to get kidnapped by any political power. So he accepted her. And he's comfortable. It seems like she's really interested in his whole financial status. She got the impression that it wasn't cute because she's rich. When rich people do it, it's like they want to give you away. It's like, there's money's not taboo to rich people, but when not rich people do it, it's like, are you trying to scam me? What's going on? That's really a double standard. We gotta work on that, guys. So he said she used to say that she had about like $500,000. After that, she kept telling Colleen that she had a mental illness. And then, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. I was taking medicine and said that it was like a brain. So we needed to use the brain, but with a mental illness, he had in his brain, not in his brain. He's not his friend. And he said he didn't think it was really good. And she was really for weeks on end, Colleen had absolutely no idea what happened. Did she ghost him? Did a horrible accident happen? Should he call the cops? Put all the cops in on it? We didn't know. So just as suddenly she disappeared. Like, hello. He popped back up on the floor. The reality is,
What?
boyfriend that she was scamming, but she told him that she was kidnapped. And for the first time in their 1 month-long relationship, Colleen was like, wait, I don't think I believe you. It's not making sense, the math's not mathing. For a rich heiress, you never seem to have money on you. And since I'm the one funding all your shopping sprees, I think in a month that I've known you, I spent like $4,000 on you, not including your rent and utilities and the food that I covered for the 2 weeks that you were living with me. They sat it out.
Creepy. You're not gonna answer.
No, what's my phone?
You break?
No, I'm listening to now.
And it roughly translates to, I want to say so well I love you. Colleen is locked up in this human life. I just want you to know that I'm good, I'm perfect, I'm rich, I'm constantly creating all sorts of trouble while living with you. Only my love is real. Which is kind of cryptic. Is she saying nothing is real but her love for him? Colleen did not forgive Tina. Instead, he felt sympathetic towards her other victims. He actually founded the Tina Victims Alliance.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's the Tina Victims Alliance to help the men who are suffering emotionally for being scammed by Tina.
Wait, so right after this, he feels like she scammed him.
Yeah.
And he's responded immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
I didn't know he truly realized Tina was
Oh, in the mud. Yeah.
but he did realize Tina was
I guess the both of you did.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he realized that. I thought he was just breaking up with the girlfriend.
He did say I can easily empathize with other men's feelings of being duped for love. They will be in a condition that against them both. Yeah, he said, I feel that love child is worse than killing myself. So for most of these men, they said that it wasn't about losing their money, it was about being deceived by a person that they thought that they could trust, only to have her scam them and then ghost them. I get that, like that's crazy, right? Many of Tina's victims,
Oh,
knew
the
that
stuck.
potentially more, they suffered from depression after Tina used them. And I don't know if this is true because I couldn't find anyone on the sources. I don't know if it's a rumor, I don't know if it's true. If you guys are please let me know, but there is a situation that one of these men can be Tina was final. With a healthy zero accounting software, I have a lot of information at my fingertips. So I can take my
one minute. Those full gems.
Tina was finally arrested in October of 2022, and the reason for her arrest warrant is really random. Like, you would think that one of her victims reported her to the authorities, but no. What actually happened was Tina pulled the classic, selling a rented car scam. You know the one. You rent a car from Enterprise, and then you drive it to the other side of the country, and you try to sell the car. She sold the car for $20,000 profit. And then she was arrested. So, charges Tina was facing. She's going to be facing fraud charges in the end or not, but she was released on bail. She is awaiting updates on her legal situation, or at least we are. I don't know if she's got updates. I tried looking online to find the penalty for sex in Vietnam, but it's really complicated because, like a lot of countries, it's about the amount of money that you spend and the argument of what was a risk, what wasn't, kind of confusing, or what was like a bad investment. Some people speculate that she's scammed like millions of dollars. I mean, she needs to serve of all the time that she needs to serve for what she did. You don't have to see anything that she did. Like, if you just saying that I think everybody, and I just thought that she was going to be at anything. I believe it's the next thing because then she can have to tell you. Yeah, it really did.
Because there's a documentary that on Netflix.
But, I mean, there's the argument, some people said, well, she did some crime. So it's like the argument of, should a felon or a previous convict not have the ability to financially support themselves because they've been in prison and they committed crimes? And then there's the argument of, like, well, she shouldn't be paid. But then, you know what?
But I don't think also like, maybe people can forgive her crime.
Yes.
But there are killers and thieves and all those people that doesn't matter how many documentaries are made. I don't think people can. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do think it's, if someone gets famous, you can't really yell at someone for getting famous when it's a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. She just scammed like hotels, right? Hotels.
There's a lot of individuals. Hotels.
Oh my god, there's so
It might happen.
it might be like a South podcast.
It might be a making it a good pod.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it. And then that would be bad.
Maybe it wouldn't take me up. I'm sorry, it's not here. You're going to do this much. I'm so scared about that. They look at us and make sure to get race on. Don't think it's just something. I welcome back to a new episode of Boyz.
No.
Welcome back I hope you guys are having a good week so far. I know that there is so much going on this week in the true crime world. I mean, I can't even get started. We're going to talk about all of it, obviously, but there is so much happening, and this case that is breaking out of Utica, California, the little boy, the 7-month-old Daniel, I have been all over it. Don't worry, we're going to talk about everything. Not only is there so much detail to the backstory of this, but it seems like things are coming out every minute, I feel like, and I like to be nosy and not only the backstory with the father and all of that, but there's so many other red flags going on with her mom, going on with her route the day before. I mean, a lot that we have to talk about. So I know I'm going to myself a little bit,
Go, Jay.
get into all the cases. I want to announce, obviously, we're going back out on tour for another way to the tour. It is going to be next week. And I'm going to be hitting Nashville, Raleigh, North Carolina, and Atlanta. I think we are sold out of these. I'm not entirely sure, but I know there are 2 tickets left as well. So if you're in the area, you're local to the city, you're close to one of those cities, come out, live show, meet and greet, the whole thing. We're going to be talking about an all-new exclusive case. We also will be talking a lot about Idaho, a lot about some other cases that you guys have been probing for information on. So tickets are at boyz.com, and then just toggle over to the tour tab. Also, a little announcement, you may have missed it if you don't follow me on Instagram, but we decided to launch a couple of pieces of the exclusive tour this week. Not all of it, but a couple of pieces. And so you can get that also at AnnieReese.com. We have our Not a Detective, Just Nosy tea. We have some other stuff. I also have one of the tumblers right here. We have this design that it says adventurers out there before serial killers, so I stay home. We did this design on a t-shirt in the I don't have any kids. What if I didn't have kids? This is why I would be a great mom. Let me just list one reason. I have about 5,000 reasons why I would not be a good mom, which is probably why I'm not going to have kids. However, this is the one redeeming quality that I have to be with him. This is it. Sometimes it'll be like 2 in the morning, way past my bedtime. he will be working, he'll be doing something, and I like to lay in bed, and there is this one guilty pleasure TikToker that I like to watch. There is something about their content that is so fascinating to me. I don't have children. I don't remember the last time I went to a playground because I don't have children, and that feels a little creepy if I go to a playground. So I know that this is the person that I'm going to be so obsessed with. On TikTok, there is this person that opens every single video with a doll. The doll is the size of, I want to say, could be 9 years old, could be 9 months old. I don't know kid ages. It's about yay tall. It looks about maybe up to my chest tall. It's a doll. It's got hair. It's got rosy little cheeks. This is not a real human. This is a doll. And it opens with them at a playground. And it is reviewing the safety of this specific playground. They will bring the doll up to the top of the slide and just push it down the slide. And the doll will dun 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 all the way down. Or they'll push the doll down the ladder, and all the way down it's just bonk, 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 bonking its head. And it's like so comical because the box
You used to always watch this lady.
everyone there is staring, guys, just listening to the box. And then you open up the comment section, and everyone is very serious. I will not be bringing my kids here. This playground will never be taking our services. We will never be visiting ever again. And I'm just like, why am I here? Why am I so addicted to this? I can't stop watching it.
Why are you addicted?
Something about it is so fascinating.
Like, what's fascinating? The bonking or?
It's like, just the absurdity of it. I'm like, what would I do if I do go to a playground for once in my lifetime? I bring my nieces, and I just see these full-grown adults with a little doll that they're bonking around. Sometimes they put the doll on the seesaw, and then they jump on the other side, and the doll goes flying.
Like, he's trying to play safety?
Yeah.
Or he's like trying to start something. Like, what do you mean? Like, who's gonna jump on the seesaw and see a child flying? Like,
You just never know. You don't know what crotch goblins do in their free time. You don't know. Have you seen what our nieces get up to? They're crazy. I saw one picking her nose trying to put it on the wall. And I said, at least make it artistic. At least make it a design and make it modern art, you weirdo. Yeah. Yeah. And then we made eye contact too. She was like mid-plucking, and then she's like reaching for the wall in slow motion.
well, at least
Yeah.
she didn't eat it, right?
I'm hungry. I'm hungry, chat. I'm hungry.
What?
Feel like some salad.
I feel like it'd be better if they ate it, right?
What are we thinking, chat? Like 4 eggs,
I would love you
salad.
sister. I care about my sister.
What else we got?
What is
She's like, Cody, you're crazy. I was like, at least if they
Your
eat
boy's
it, you
hungry.
can stuff to them. And you can finally get like 1 millisecond of rest, don't you think? And she was like, oh my god, you're the worst.
4 eggs and salad. That sounds healthy. Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. Nom, nom, nom.
That's okay. Chocolate?
Also, I started doing this thing where anytime I'm eating something delicious and other kids that I don't want to share, I say it's medicine. Maybe I should say the boogers are a snack. But anyway, I'm obsessed with that influencer, and there's another influencer that I'm genuinely kind of really into right now, and they're on Boyz. I can't download Gleam on my Apple Store, but usually my sister-in-law won't help me. I don't know why. I put out an SOS, and I think this is Gleam for my mental clarity and my mental sanity, because if I had Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok, I would never get off of Douyin. TikTok itself is already bad. Douyin? Are you kidding me? I don't even understand the language.
I mean, you basically get
Fuck.
It's not the same as Douyin. Let me tell you the craziest thing about Douyin. I come across so many American operations on Douyin, like lots of like weird American culture stuff on Douyin, and I love it. And they're like, these people are fucking weird, and I'm like, yeah, we are. Freaking sick and twisted. But my favorite person on Douyin, I don't even know how I came across him. His name is Special Agent Butt.
what?
You know why? Special Agent Butt. His resume is long. It's in depth. There's so much going in and out and all up around it. He's been across 17 provinces in China. He's traveled 17 provinces, 32 universities, 26 hotels. In his home, he is a reviewer. Special agent, but what do you think he reviews? Like other people's butts or his butt?
Other people's butt.
Okay, imagine this. He walks up to someone on the street and he says, my name is Special Agent Butt. And I'm here to measure your butt, rank your butt.
Yeah, maybe. It sounds a little
Illegal.
Yeah. Harassment, but
Yeah. Okay, but you think maybe he's this evil TikToker that made his career off of that. He reviews toilets. He has reviewed 582 toilets across China. He is a finance graduate from Beijing University, which is like the Harvard of China. And now he goes around. Yeah, he talks about that all the time. He says, guys, everyone, I am basically one of the smartest graduates in the country, and I am going into the news sector. And everyone comments, don't worry, I think you're the only person going into this news sector. Like, you have job security at least. But he goes all the time and he reviews the flushing power of the toilet. Because if you're on a date, you have to go do your business, it doesn't flush, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, you just left the surprise for the next.
Can I tell you something so embarrassing?
Sure.
I don't even know if I should be repeating this out loud. I haven't even told you in private. Okay.
Oh, it's a fucking game. I was wondering what their breathing noise
That
was.
time we were coming back from New York and we were at the airport in Atlanta. Okay, so I went into the restroom and there was nobody in the restroom. I think there was like two stalls open, but there wasn't a line. So there was two stalls open. I go into one of the stalls. And I had been holding it in the entire flight. We had just landed, and I didn't take my anti-gas Tums, which I have to do prior to any liftoff, takeoff, nothing. As something here, it turns into kombucha once I reach a certain altitude. And I let it burn. Then I walk out, okay, and there's a full line of people. And that's fine, right? I'm like, whatever.
It's okay, we've all been there.
No, that's not the embarrassing part.
Okay.
Okay, there's a whole line of people. The person in front of the
This is Avery Syndrome. Always just candidates with customers. With those frivolous, funding-activating clients, and local experts who understand your business.
Calories, ultra refreshing.
and I can see them as I'm washing my hands. Going into the stall, all the open stall, all that I cannot. And then going back out. Wait for the next one.
So they made a Yui.
They made a Yui in front of my face.
And then they go, you go first.
You first. Anyway, that's not even what we're talking about today. I'm bringing this up because it really takes a lot.
I don't even know where we're at right now. They went from the playground
Yeah.
to the toilet.
Oh, then you really have no clue where this is going. I'm about to take you on a trip. Just get ready, buckle it up, put your seatbelts on, hands on the steering wheel. Okay, so basically, the whole reason here is it takes a lot to stand out as a billion influencer. You've got a billion different people that you're competing with. Everyone on Chinese social media, they have a saying for it. They said this is the profile. They're rich and pretty.
Yes, it's called the food. No,
Yeah, literally colorism, socioeconomicism, and then pretty privilege. Yeah, it's literally like the worst three things combined in one, and they said those are the influencers that you're gonna see. They're all fair, rich, and pretty. And guess what? It's not their fault. They're fair, rich, and pretty. Kudos to them. Do your thing. Live your life. Post your videos, right? But there's so many of them. And there's 50 million of them competing for the attention until there was a social cultural shift. It was an earthquake. It was the birthing of the UN influencer. And you're wondering what the fuck that is, because that's the question I have. What's a UN influencer? A United Nations influencer. You got a lot of questions. I can see it in your eyeballs right now. Don't ask, because I'm going to answer them all. February 2024, a creator named Shirley posts a video on Douyin. And everyone is scrolling. Oh, hey rich and pretty, hey rich and pretty. Ooh, that's a good toilet. And then they keep scrolling. And then suddenly they on this opening line. Good morning, today. And it was just one of those moments where you're casually flipping through your feed and you're passing the video and you're just like, wait, what's supposed to mean? Or then the Nation headquarters? Is this some Chipotle? Did they open up a Chick-fil-A inside of the United Nations headquarters? What do you mean you're just gonna go eat lunch there? Everyone who comes across her video that they go back and they see this beautiful, stunning girl sitting in a car, casually talking about her plans to have lunch at the UN headquarters. So as these words are leaving her mouth, she's like casually touching her hair behind her ears. Boom! Large pearl earrings. And everyone's like, wait, what's going on? She's good. She looks good. She's beautiful. And she's going to the United Nations headquarters. And she gets there, she checks in, she goes to the restroom, and she's like, guys, I'm gonna show you guys my outfit, but I'm dressed really casual. It's a casual event. I'm just eating with my own team, so I'm not gonna wear anything super formal. She pans the camera to the full-length mirror in the bathroom. She's decked out head to toe in Christian Dior. Like, everything Christian Dior. Her outfit is probably like $10,000, not including accessories and handbags. Just her clothes. Then she shows her walking through the hallways of the Nation. She's like,
Like the headquarters?
yeah, because she never just like walking. It's not like a public library. She's, I don't know, she's like the Pentagon. Okay, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And she sits down at this like circular table in the and then she has a little flashlight.
Yeah, if you sit down at the United Nations, I'm just seeing the head of every nation.
Actually, she does sit in front of Bill Gates. So table. It looks okay. I would give it like a 3.5 star. There's clearly people next to her, but she doesn't show them out of respect for, I don't know, national security. Who knows, right? And she's eating the food. It looks like delicate vegetables and protein.
Eating while attending
Fucking hell.
I'm assuming she was not keep vlogging. Right? I'm assuming. And she's like, yeah, I mean, usually for buffets, like they'll have buffets, like little lunch periods at the UN, but for private gatherings like this, there's only have an excuse not to talk. Because it's like part of Chinese culture. Chinese culture.
Wow.
So then Chinese are like, yeah, so I just like to sit there and eat, so I don't have to talk, but the food's not that great. Everyone's like, food. Being over for the day, and she's just like skippity hopping out of the fucking UN building, and everyone is like, who are you? What's happening? You're so young, you're so beautiful, you're so rich. What's going on at the UN? And everything is so vague, which adds to the mystery of it. Like, delegate, personnel, which part, like what team, what private reservation? I don't understand. So everybody is asking.
Jeez.
She just posts more UN videos, and then we're like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. She's with the UN.
Be right back, chat.
What kind of work you do? That's highly classified information, perhaps. Probably not. Okay, bye. And everybody is so fascinated at this rare glimpse of the high-stakes, high-political, high-impact, high-influence life of a UN influencer. You're not an influencer with a Lamborghini. Those are losers. Lamborghini, alpha loser. You're UN. You for the ultimate. You for unicorn. You are doing great. Okay? That's what she's doing. So they're letting her comment, like begging her, please, can we do more days of life of like you going to the UN because this is the best shit I've ever seen. And it's what she does. She calls Russia in and down. She goes to line to the stage. And again, for privacy reasons, doesn't show a bunch of people. Only shows like a specific stage. And she's like, hi, my name is Jeremy. And she speaks English and Spanish. She says, hi, she does on the little speech. I'm so German. Ladies and gentlemen, 大家好. In today's world, young people have a unique opportunity to redefine what leadership means. This is why I'm dedicated to my work as a social influencer and a songwriter, using my platform not just to entertain, but to inspire connection or meaningful conversation. I remember the time when I stepped off the stage of my very first concert. I remember.
Is your dad away tonight?
Get to work! I'm tired of this, Grandma! I don't care. That's what they want from Shirley, okay? To the point, all the comments are talking about it. In one snippet of her UN video, Bill Gates is listed. And all the comments are, I guess Bill Gates died.
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Like, growing up in China, I learned about Bill Gates in like 3rd grade in the textbook.
Oh.
It literally goes, Bill Gates is the richest person in the world.
Wait,
Bill Gates. Yeah, okay.
Shut up. Wait, say it again.
Yeah, okay.
What's Jeff Bezos?
I don't know. I didn't learn about him. He hadn't made it yet when I was...
Yeah, he was like, he hadn't grown up,
Yeah.
whatever, he hadn't done atrocious things yet.
Yeah, I learned about Beer guys, and then I learned about Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo? The football player? Leonardo?
Like, ever since I was young, since I learned at 3rd grade, I always thought he's like a historical figure.
You know he's like Einstein, like dead and gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I came to America, like, high school. Oh wow, he's super relevant. Like, he's still around.
Not only is he relevant, I think he's dating someone young now.
Really?
He's like...
I mean, no, I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
So I think I know why some people comment that.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like fake news spreading, or maybe it's just like American billionaires. They're too focused on the Chinese billionaires that they didn't care about Bill Gates. Because all the comments, I was so confused when I was like translating the comments, because all of them were like, wait, didn't he die like 1,000 years ago?
Yeah. If I learned about him in 3rd grade,
So because of her UN video and Bill Gates in the video, her followers jumped from 3 million to 7 million practically overnight. Oh, she was just sitting there just talking, but she had voices. It's like Bill Gates is making dinner today. And she's getting movie. I mean, these are glimpses into such a real world. And people are saying she was born in 2002 and she's already at the UN. This is, crazy. She's like,
last year, 2022.
Meanwhile, I can't even get a sentence out without drinking water. And she's giving speeches at the UN. And then the comments start reading, wait, isn't this the girl that makes the song covers? So everyone's like, what is he talking about? Scroll back to her past posts. She's a singer. She's good at singing. concert, like a small little concert. I mean, this girl does everything. Everyone is like, this is the new it girl of China. We need to make her someone because these are the types of influencers we need to have. We don't need Lamborghini influencers. We need UN influencers. And it was like the minute that someone typed in that like me laying in bed 3 a.m. like sideways on their phone about to drop it on their face. Like, we need more UN influencers instead of Lamborghini influencers. 2 seconds later, they check and have to like take off. Okay, that's me. That's what they're doing. And then the whole world sees it in one comment. The next day you go on Douyin, every single person all of a sudden. And when people originally thought, is my algorithming the out of here? Because I posted or I liked this one UN influencer, I followed her, and suddenly there's all these people at the UN headquarters today.
Oh my God,
Today my live at the UN headquarters. Today I'm going to be joining a very important meeting to discuss world politics and foreign policy. Spend the day with me as we talk about climate change at the UN headquarters. I was really excited because I was
I didn't even know your voice can sound like that.
did you like
That was weird.
I didn't know you said it's quiet mode. I didn't know.
That one put me to sleep. I got tingles.
Did you like it? Did you like it? That was so gross. I want to die. Everyone is like, celebrating at the UN headquarters. And then another person is like, this is me, and using my veto button. So I'm supposed to prepare for this and voting. I guess they say that they're voting at the UN, and they show themselves like, now I'm really pressing X.
Wait, there's a button?
Yeah. And then they press X.
What?
Yeah, that's how they vote, I guess. I guess the UN is technologically advanced.
Are they all like young girls?
There's young dudes, young girls. I would say they're all like 20s, early 20s. Like, too young that I would not picture them at the UN. If I can Google UN, all the people coming up, they're older than my mom.
Yeah, but these are all like influencers.
Yes.
Huh.
And they're all pretty, and they're all dressed fancy, so everyone's like, huh, it's so interesting. Either my algorithm is algorithming, or something fishy is happening. Just why is everybody suddenly a UN influencer? You see Shirley, and now there's like 50 million of them, and all of them are making content about the UN. And now it's getting to the point where it's not even reasonable content. Because one guy was obsessed with clicking the veto button, okay? And he said, I will be repping our nation. Veto! Now, if you don't know, there's like a one veto policy in the UN where 8 countries, if any one of them vetoes, automatically the whole thing gets vetoed. China is one of them. So they're like, this random 21-year-old looking dude just did a 1-vote veto for the nation of China. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Not even for a second. What's happening here? And then guys would do the guys were worse than the girls. The girl UN influencers, they and I think they're pretty, right? The guy, there's this one guy who's like, somebody like me, a UN influencer, and he just wakes up, sure. Okay, getting like, putting on the high, really slowly, like he's Christian, right? Then he goes to the UN, and he's all like, mewing the whole time. If you're mewing at the UN, I don't know if you should be at the UN. You know what I mean?
Stop it, Barry. Way down to Rokovich.
I mean, all of these people are at the UN, but the people are noticing something interesting. They're all going to the same UN building, at the same location, but they all have different commute times. I mean, I don't know, maybe they're part of different teams, but some of them are like, I just need to show up by 9, so I'm taking my helicopter, my chopper. Some people are like, I have to get there at 7:40, so I'm taking my private driver who drives me around in a Rolls Royce, obviously, to the UN. And everyone's like, something's weird here, because who the f*** is going in a Rolls Royce to the United Nations? The people are investigated. And just to give you some context of what's going on, I need to talk to you about the Gucci tights.
Video is like taking 50 million times.
You'll never know what's coming next.
No, we're in a Gucci store.
There was a scandal in China, okay, where a lot of fair, rich, and pretty influencers all got foot fungus at the same time. And people thought that was weird. And they also thought it was weird that they're promoting it. Not promoting it, but blogging about it. Because it was a lot of foot, it was a lot of fungus. At the same time, are they all going to the same gym showers at some $2,000 a month gym, but they never mop their showers, and then they don't give you free flip-flops for $2,000 a month, so you gotta walk into the puddle of water and then get a foot fungus? Is that what's going on? Because it's not that common that 8 people at the same time get a foot fungus, and they're all kind of friends. So people start investigating. Turns out they're not fair, rich, and pretty. They're fair and they're pretty, and life's not fair because they're not rich. So they had bought a pair of Gucci tights and split it amongst 20 people. And they all paid like $30 for it. One pair of tights covers your feet and everything. You know what I'm talking about? The stockings with the Gucci logo everywhere. Those were like all the hype, and the Chanel ones were all the hype. They bought one pair and they shared it. So everybody reserved a day. They had like a Google Doc calendar for it. This day I'm going to this town, so I need to take a bunch of pictures.
That's freaking crazy.
This day I'm going to book this hotel, so I need to take a bunch of pictures. Like, and one person had
wash it?
No, one person had a foot fungus, and so all of them got the foot fungus. What's even crazier is that they even have hotel packages for influencers. You can enter a chat in China, and they'll say, booking presidential suite at the Shangri-La Hotel. Right? Everyone needs to pitch in, and you get 30 minutes. So, yes, everybody pitches in like $100 versus, I don't know, probably like the $1,000 it is for that night. And they have everything set up to take photos. You go to the right move to bed next to the window, like all the Instagram pictures, which, by the way, I always thought it was because I always go to the hotel Instagram page, and I always see beds right next to the window in New York, and I'm like, that is beautiful. I want to wake up like that. Then you book the room, the bed is nowhere near the fucking window, and you're like, how did it? They move the mattress. Or they get the table. Oh my god, this was a crazy thing. I saw an influencer breaking it down. She said she moves the table, covers it in blanket to look like bedding. And then she just like leans up against the window whilst sitting on the table to make it look like she just casually woke up like this next to the window.
Yeah, it's the influencer economy.
It was crazy. So if you see me posting in a hotel next to the window, okay, that was natural. So they see that and they realize, okay, something is going on with the UN influencers. They go online and they find that the UN, you can actually buy a package to do a full tour where you get to go around and be really integrated in the office. You get to go and sit in on some discussions that are obviously not important discussions. You can even sit and eat lunch there with a reservation. You get a little name tag, you get a badge, you get the whole UN experience. But some people are saying, okay, that explains all the new people, but Shirley's not official because Shirley, she gave a speech and got an award. Well, according to one article published by mainstream media Chinese news outlets, if you just pay around $10,000,
$10,000?
Yeah, you could give a speech at the UN. Like, not even just to an empty room. Like, you're gonna have people there. Like, I guess it's like speech night. Speech night. Please give a speech on something that you care about, and maybe...
Bill Gates will be there?
Maybe, who knows? But yeah, then if you pay even more, you get awarded an award. Like, if you pay like $30,000, you get an award. So it seems like surely paid for that package, because even when you listen to a little snippet of her speech at the UN, it doesn't make sense. Like it's very, it doesn't sound like she's really saying much, and everything about it, like I said, was very good. Like we don't know what she's giving a speech on, right?
In today's world, young people have a unique opportunity to redefine what leadership means.
Turns out you can buy a package to give a speech and award at the UN. So everyone realized the UN influencer is not a UN influencer. Yeah, most of them thought their way in. And it actually became a whole scandal in China because the people that were actually doing work at the UN, they were accused of lying. And they're like trying to raise awareness for actual topics that are being covered at the UN, and people are like, dude, you're a poser, you're a shaker, you're lying. So that was the whole thing. So then people moved on to the next question. People became, like, it's so fascinating because I think in America it's the same, but because we're in it, we don't see it. Not like me, but like Americans. Like we're on TikTok every day because we don't see the sudden shift of different people. But like when you go look at China or different countries, because you weren't in it the whole way, it feels like everything is a period. The period was UN influencer. And now there's a new period that everybody is talking about. And it's so fascinating. It's people that are saying, hey look, we're moving out of the country. And I'm gonna go settle down in the UAE because my husband is a prince.
I'm a princess.
And I'm a princess. And we're gonna move to Dubai. And we're gonna live there for the rest of our lives. And we have so much royal stuff here. Because my prince from the UAE, they always say UAE, okay? My prince from the UAE did a lot of princely stuff in China while he was living with me. But now
Tim,
we're
what's
gonna
up?
go back and
Yo, what's up?
He's like not even really he's not even like the main prince.
Oh, we got a squad now. Let's go.
Like, if they were to write a romance book about Prince, it's not this one. It's not this one, that's for sure. And
What's going on, boys?
And I'm like, look, I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, what's up, man? How are you?
Middle-eastern prince, but you know, what do I know, right?
What?
Have you guys got me some noodles?
They don't look Middle Eastern at all. The princes of the UAE, whoever they married in China, and they say, turns out I'm pregnant, so we have decided to move back.
This is my sister, don't kick her.
I'm selling everything on the live stream. Look at my belly. They're always everything. And when I say they, I've come across maybe like 20 UAE married princesses. Chinese girls who have married UAE princes.
Yo.
No, like I'm pregnant, so
Yo.
What's up?
Everything in our house, everything's gotta go first.
What's up?
It's not even really for us, we just want to get back to you guys. They're selling the cheapest they've ever seen in their lives. It's like Tupperware that might as well, like Tupperware is a food container, yes, which should be better for the environment. However, it's like paper, so it's not even Tupperwaring. It's like a paper dish. They're just selling the cheapest things that put UAE royalty Tupperware, UAE royalty French perfume, and it's like the worst thing that Chinese netizens have ever seen in their entire lives.
Oh, they got 0 kills.
The netizens.
They're like, oh man, give me some royal toilet paper.
They say it's actually kind of fun. I mean, sometimes they're like, it's fun, and...
Oh, okay, so it's like a skit. They know it's a skit.
I mean, I hope most people do. I hope. I feel like some people might have fallen for it. Like, I feel like my mom would have fallen for it.
No.
Okay, maybe not my mom, but I think that there are some older people that might have fallen for it. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, are they selling what they have in the house, or they're selling, like, here's, like, a whole inventory
A
of...
whole inventory, because they're royalty. You know, obviously royalty have inventory. They have a house for their house, and that second how it's like the when I learned about the yacht. A boat for a boat. Jeff Bezos' supply boat is like $40 million. I don't think that man will set foot on that boat. And all of that is like, I don't know, $100 million sitting around. Like they're gonna pay all like, hey, if you ever need to wipe your ass, I got a whole room full of toilet paper here. Exactly. So they're selling items for $1 average. That's their product price. Average is $1 per product.
Wait, the light's flashing crazy behind you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to talk about these.
That's crazy.
Wait, I'm scared.
Oh wait, why is it
I'm
flashing?
scared. Maybe they are real royalty. And they just disappear. They just disappear afterwards, after they make their money. But some of the girls, they decide, I actually want to keep an online career after this. So what they do is, during the time, they use live to sell. So they will come out and they'll say, guys, they'll come out looking disheveled. Guys, I got scammed. I thought my husband was the prince of the UAE, and he wasn't. And now I'm really sad, and I'll have no more money anymore. So I'm gonna be hosting a live stream where I sell products for really discounted prices because I need the money. Yeah, they're smart. They're insane. I don't even know what to say. It got to the point where a lot of international publications were making articles about the rise of UAE princes marrying Chinese girls. It's a scam. Yeah. So like it's all a scam. And it's always like the weirdest vlogging situation. It's always like they're in a convertible in a car. And then like someone is recording them. But like imagine I'm in the passenger seat of a convertible car. And I'm just like, hey guys, I'm like looking up.
Noodles.
Yo.
Just weird.
Yo, I'm back.
Welcome back, bro.
Yeah.
You need to get off the webpage. So this is like something you told me I'm not allowed to have the app. I think she's
The
actually
medallion.
because I went to the UN university.
I'm not very sure.
And so the UAE took place because also this is so fascinating. I think the way that Chinese influencers work is fascinating and I have so much respect for it because they are ambitious. They know what they want and they cut their chase. Like there was this one group where they were hosting these walking events, like walking on the pier of Shanghai. What's that? The fun. Imagine like walking down the avenue or walking down Central Park, and they wanted to do Gossip Girl. They went through a Gossip Girl phase. Everybody in China went through a Gossip Girl phase where they were doing like yoga on the street, and they were like, "We love America." And then I just love the fact that if you go on Chinese social media, they always be posting like, guys, look at this American lunch I'm having, because I think American food was trending at one point.
Yeah.
They would go to an American restaurant.
They call it like white people meal.
The American restaurant they go to is just like the worst salad restaurant I've ever seen in my life. And then I don't know how yogurt is code. Everything is code. White people meal. And so then they left gossip. They said importers all they're doing is walking and taking pictures. Your outfit is worth at least $2,000. Your bag needs at least $5,000. Please submit this form if you'd like to walk with us. Strangers that are just walking together. I don't even know what that means. What do you mean?
This is my uncle here. This is my uncle. Who I'm pickaxing now. This is my uncle.
I can't get out of this universe. I love it here. There's everywhere I look, some weird shit is happening. What are your thoughts?
Noodles is not my uncle.
Comments, and I'll see you for the next one.
Wait. Oh. Jeremiah, you gotta mute me. That's you. Yeah, for my controller. Yeah. No, it's not echoing through the house. Have you muted me yet? Yeah.
The guy in the bright red tomato Hawaiian shirt and a 20-foot-long shipping container filled with cocaine are probably headed to the same exact place. It's a place called Fortnite. Welcome to the Miami floating supercity in Miami, Florida, where half of it is like a giant international airport, but instead of airplanes, you have cruise ships, ushering passengers on and off their cruises, making sure that they go through security, immigration, customs, and then on the other side, you've got massive ships filled with shipping containers. Sometimes, a lot of times, millions of dollars of illicit drugs being smuggled into South Florida, to the point where the vice admiral of the Coast Guard base in Miami has stated in public messages to the cartels, "We own the sea, not you. We will find you. We will catch you before you harm anyone on our shores." That coupled with many busy shipping ports in the United States, it's not going to be the most shocking thing when you see FBI agents, federal agents, in Port Miami. I mean, they've also nicknamed Port Miami the cruise capital of the world. In 2025, the Port Miami saw, I believe, close to 8.6 million cruise passengers coming in and out of the port. It is one of the few cruise terminals that can handle 4 mega ships at once. I think they can accommodate 12 vessels at once, which sounds not like a lot, but then you realize that these mega cruise ships are essentially skyscrapers. Lay them down on their side, and there's just 12 skyscrapers from New York City lined up in the water.
Please, follow me.
All you can eat, let's say, out on the deep sea. And it's really popular. They We've been and then sometimes out of the 12 megaliner spots that they have open, there could be like thousands that are doing a disembark. These are 8 hours to get everybody off the ship. That alone can take 3 hours. Some of these big ones, they have 4,000 people, 4,000 passengers. That's not including crew. There would be about 70 massive truck trailers pulled up to the terminal to deliver provisions for the next trip. Sometimes you can near the end of November this year, there was one and they had 120 trucks coming in to help restock supplies for these logistics of being out in the water with as many good backup plans as a major corporation would have, which is never a lot. A lot of things go wrong on a cruise. And a lot of the time, it's the cruise's fault. And that's like a very bold statement. It's merely an opinion. And by cruise, I don't mean the crew. I mean the corporation. Like the cruise. The company takes off. It's time. And it's a passenger type ship. So there's a lot of people on board. This is their vacation. A fire breaks out in the mechanical room. All electrical systems are down. Which means no Wi-Fi, no entertainment, no AC, no filtered air pumping through generously, no heater. But the most prevalent malfunction is the fact that there are no working toilets anywhere on the ship. Passengers' toilets are just buckets at this point until they start overflowing.
This is the one that happened like last year or the year before?
Yeah,
or?
a few years ago. There was a documentary that was released on Netflix.
Right.
Yes. So, I mean, they turned from poop buckets to poop fountains. Poop fecal matter spraying into the staterooms, into the hallways, everywhere. It was like fecal lasagna floating around. There's much more to these red stories that the cruise actually knowingly failed to have a leak, which probably should have alerted them to something being wrong with the vessel. The whole poop cleanup itself cost $115 million. So if you're ever on poop cruise, they renamed it. But it doesn't cost because I mean, these are massive ships. And although, I mean, I would say that these are the most common occurrences. I will say that whenever a crime or a missing person on a cruise ship happens, it does make headlines. But it doesn't occur as often as I guess we are to believe. I mean, usually it's minuscule variations of a poop cruise, like typically these are the mishaps. Like a small backup toilet that's malfunctioning, or there's some sort of malfunction and it inconvenienced a small group of people in a small way, or a drunken fight where everybody is still physically okay, but it was a fiasco.
But we also talked about a few cases, right? That people just gone missing.
I will say that a lot of people do die on cruises every year, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that cruises are a preferred form of vacation for elderly people. So a lot of them will pass away on board, but it's not anything sinister or nefarious. And it's not like a shocking number. But I'm still inclined not to go on a cruise, just because I get a little freaked out. But it doesn't happen as regularly as we are conditioned to believe. But it does happen. At Fort Miami, they see this drive up to the Carnival Horizon cruise ship and just the SUV in comparison to the cruise ship looks like a tiny little ant, but I feel like the SUV is scarier because it just thick letters on the side of the car. It reads Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner, not ambulance, medical examiner. You don't call a medical examiner until you have a body. Soon after, FBI agents are seen bringing what appears to be a cadaver transport carrier off the cruise ship and into the FBI vehicle. Immediately, people online are trying to piece together what happened, and two things start popping up. One, it's stated that just the day before, while still out at sea, while they're still sailing back to Fort Miami, they issued letters to passengers. This is dead. Hallway of space. So if you're staying on this level, on this floor, in this hallway, you're getting a letter on the door. The letter reads, with the Carnival letterhead at the top, dated November 7th, 2025. Dear Carnival Horizon guests, we have made arrangements for you to have priority debarking until our arrival. Authorities will be joining the ship first thing upon arrival to complete an investigation and will be in the area of your hallway. It could be noisy and disruptive, so we kindly ask that you be out of your stateroom by 7 a.m. We will have breakfast for you, Meridian DR Annex Deck 4, starboard side, and then our team will escort you off the ship ahead of other guests. Doesn't really sound, I mean, it sounds urgent to an investigation. You get priority disembarking. I mean, what could be going on? And then you couple it with another TikTok that starts to circulate of a woman who is staying in that same exact desk, same exact hallway, and she says that she found out that someone was dead in the hallway. She starts off the video by describing her experience on the cruise ship thus far, and she's been having like back-to-back nightmares, which is not the point, but she's just saying it's just been a weird trip. She's on the same cruise, Carnival Horizon, and she says, we woke up and they were talking about somebody got killed on my floor, the 8th floor, like down the hall. So somebody got murdered on the cruise ship. There's security standing in front of the door. The body is still in the room. The body won't be off until tomorrow when we go to Miami. When we get off, FBI has to come and investigate. The body is still on the same floor that I'm sleeping on. I will note that it's highly unlikely that the body is kept in the stateroom. It's more likely that security and medical staff respond, notify the captain, notify shore authorities. But usually they'll photograph the entire room and how the body is discovered along with anything else of importance before moving the body to the morgue, because every cruise ship has a morgue. But it's likely that security is stationed out there.
Every cruise ship has a morgue?
Every single cruise ship has a morgue. They don't have, a morgue attendee or anything like that, but
It's for like incidents?
yeah, and usually the doctor on board, I believe, will be the one taking care of the morgue. And again, a lot of them have gone onto Reddit because I was intrigued by this and I went down a rabbit hole. A lot of them say it sounds sinister, it sounds creepy because of all the news that we see, but a lot of the times it's really not. Which is still sad. And they actually advocate that if you are a senior citizen going on a cruise, you should definitely get travel insurance because they can cover home. Which would be different than
My parents were on a cruise?
okay. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, every cruise ship does have a morgue. And so it's very likely that the body was placed in the morgue and there is security to make sure nobody's tampered with a potential open crime scene. Now, the TikToker said at one point, her sister had heard someone screaming for help, and then they find out that someone has potentially been killed on the same floor that they're on. I mean, she's understandably very freaked out. She says that she's not even going to leave her room for the rest of the 24 hours, and she's just going to keep her sisters nearby just in case. She doesn't know what's going on. She has someone on TikTok claiming that someone was potentially killed on their floor. an alleged carnival letter issued to passengers of that port advising them that they're going to disembark earlier than the others. Then you have federal agents showing up to the vessel once it docks, along with the Miami-Dade County Sheriff. What the hell happened on the Carnival Horizon cruise ship? Just 24 hours before dawn, a room attendant had walked into the stateroom. A lot of people will call them like maids, housekeepers, and there were 3 teenagers staying in this specific room. You have 18 rooms, and you have their 14 rooms. They have the same thing. And then you have this 16-year-old stepbrother. They have no blood relationship. Okay, so the stepbrother's mom just married Anna's dad.
Got it.
The rest of their family are also on the cruise. They have 2 other rooms on the ship. And it was supposed to be this blended family cruise ship. They wanted to make it an annual thing. And then, November 7th, 2025, Anna is found by the room attendant under the mattress, wrapped in a blanket and covered with life jackets. She's been killed. And the main suspect so far, it appears, might be her 16-year-old stepbrother. And her dad, her stepmom, they're all just being very suspicious. This is the current ongoing case of Anna Kepner and how every single adult in her life is being oddly weird about her murder on this cruise ship.
At Clever Living Co, we see your home cleverly, like the way we use space and quality features with affordability built in, all with trusted materials from Bunnings Trade, working with local builders to build you in sooner. It's your home made by Clever Living Co.
We would like to thank today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the Joyful Heart Foundation. They're working with and support survivor healing with resources like education, advocacy, and policy change. This episode's partnership is also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team, and we also like to thank you guys for your continued support. As always, full show notes are available on Rotten Mango's. Now, a few disclaimers. Today's episode involves being potential activity. Lots of minors are going to be mentioned. All of their names are going to be redacted. There is also a very crazy custody battle that's in the works. So please watch with caution and take breaks if you need to. Today's episode is I'm sure many of you guys have been following the news, the updates, the investigation. So this is just everything we know about the probably will comment. I'm going to try to follow up as quickly as we get more developing news. No one has been found guilty in a court of law as of right now. I mean, these are all just allegations being shared by the police, the news, the media, and then sometimes by the parents themselves. So with that in mind, let's get started. May 6th, 2025, a message is sent from a woman named Chantel Kepner. Chantel is very important. Chantel is the stepbrother's wife. Chantel is the stepbrother.
Chantel was Chantel on the ship?
Yes, Chantel was on the ship. So this is 6 months before they get on the boat. Chantel is texting her ex-husband, Thomas. And there's going to be a lot of names, but I'm going to try to keep it quick. Thomas, the ex-husband. Now, this text message reads, "Good afternoon. I wanted to give you a heads up that we have a family trip from November 2nd to November 8th. We'll be going on a cruise that departs from Miami and stops in Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Mexico before returning to Miami. In order to move forward with the necessary travel documents, could you please send me a so that I can send you the contact and I'll include a prepaid envelope for her example. Thanks in advance, Chantel and her ex-husband, Thomas, have 2 kids together. A 16-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. She's going to take them both on this cruise. And she needs permission because, you know, that's how custody works. About a month later, the ex-husband, Thomas, he's still not sent to the bed. He just responds, "I'm not sure if I'm willing to conform. I'm not okay with my kids going out of the country. And so we can find some common ground and set something up. I'm not okay with them leaving the state." Being that I have not talked to or seen my kids in so long, I will talk to my attorney and see what can be done. Maybe we can agree on something that benefits the kids and both parents in their lives. Jennifer will take the kids, and by the end of it, her 16-year-old son is going to be a suspect in the murder of Anna. Nearly 32 hours after Anna got married, I need you to call me. It's an emergency. You've got mainstream premium luxury expedition, which expedition is essentially a cruise where you go through the Drake's Passage and end up in Antarctica or some other remote location. You're not really there for the all-inclusive buffets and the casinos. You're there for the thrill. You're there to jump out of a helicopter and see a penguin. Obviously, price point is going to be one of the main, if not the main thing about choosing which category of cruise liner you're going to end up on. So starting with ultra luxury, think Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection, Seabourn, Silver Sea. It's intimate, perhaps only 200 to 750 guests on a boat. I imagine a much older demographic. I've actually heard of a lot of people who are like, I'm going to splurge and go on a honeymoon on one of these ultra luxury yacht trips, like the Ritz-Carlton, and I've heard of people, on Reddit. And they think that they regret it because it's a bunch of 60-year-old retirees and there's no fun. It's just a lot of fine dining.
That's the most expensive one.
Yes, unless you're retiring. So it really depends on how long you want to be there. What's interesting about the travel from the start position to the end position. For example, Seabourn, 8-day trip in Japan, and then it ends in Hong Kong.
Huh?
Yeah.
You have to fly back.
You have to fly to Japan, and then you might not leave the same day, so then you gotta find accommodations, and then you have to find a flight from Hong Kong back to wherever you live. It's just kind of weird. But for that, it depends on the room, $3,500 to $10,000 a person for an 8-day trip. The Ritz-Carlton is even worse, starting at $11,000 to $12,000 a person for a similar trip. And then a small step down from that would be luxury and small yachts. Oceania, Viking Ocean, Windsor. Again, much smaller ships in general, a huge focus still on the food. Lots of focus on fine dining. These are the types of boats that are going to leave a Michelin-star chef on board. A lot of companies in this tier are going to try to market the experience as almost like being on your own private yacht. It's very private. It's a one-to-one staff ratio, staff-to-passenger ratio. Then you have the next step down. Premium cruise lines. Princess, Holland America, Celebrity Cruises, Virgin Voyages, which please don't book Virgin Voyages unless, okay, so, well, you can, but you should know that from my extensive Reddit researching that I've done as someone who has never been on a cruise, Virgin Voyages has become a swinger's paradise. It's an adults-only cruise line.
Oh,
and
but some people might be into that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, don't book it until you kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if you're not into it, I think it could be fun. I'm just saying you should be aware before you get on the boat, and then you just see like a bunch of upside-down pineapples everywhere, which I believe is the symbol for.
Got it. I see.
And then you have the Disney cruises, which are very expensive, much the opposite of Virgin Voyages, child focused, family focused. And then after that, you've got your mainstream, or what they call mass market cruise lines. And these are your Royal Caribbean, your Carnivals, and each company has a different energy. People say Royal Caribbean is a bit like laid back. But these ships, Royal Caribbean has the better ship. When you see those pictures of a giant water park on the sea, it's a Royal Caribbean most of the time. When you see ice skating rinks in a ship, that's Royal Caribbean. Think about entire Six Flags amusement park on a boat type of feeling. However, that's the most fun you're going to get out of Royal Caribbean. The parties are not going to be as fun. The casinos are not as hyped. So you're going to really focus a lot on going down the water slide nonstop for 8 days straight. That's the point of the Royal Caribbean. Now, Carnival is a lot more social-oriented. And by that I mean, it's just a party on water. People say Carnival is like going back to a frat party but being out at sea. And it's very family-friendly. The Carnival Horizon, perhaps not as, amenity-focused as any other Royal Caribbean ship, it still has a whole water park. smaller. IMAX theaters, they've got Family Feud live, they have other live performances, and this specific trip, the Carnival Horizon, so the Horizon is the ship name, is going to set sail from Port Miami, November 2nd. It's going to be at sea for 6 nights, going to Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Mexico, before finally returning back to Port Miami. All in all, 6 days at sea. I believe 2 of those are sea days. So you have port days and sea days. Port days is like when you're docked at the port in Mexico and everyone can get off the ship. They have activities planned by the cruise ship that you can purchase, or you can do your own thing in Mexico. So you have to make it back on time to the cruise ship or they will leave. They're so cutthroat about it. They don't care if you're a 5-year-old child, they will leave you. So you've got your sea days, you've got your port days. And which is the very first day at sea is the infamous sail away party. This is like the most anticipated part of the Carnival Horizon. You have everyone on deck. There is a DJ, there's entertainment, everybody's dancing, everybody's singing, and there is a passenger who takes a video of everyone doing the Cupid Shuffle. And it pans around the deck and you see a teenage girl in a white shirt, black shorts, doing the Cupid Shuffle. This is not really a magnificent video, it's not spectacular, it's grand, it's not how it typically goes viral on social media. But it does because you see Anna Kepner dancing, and you see her grandma and Pete standing nearby, and by all accounts it seems like Anna is very much enjoying her time with her grandparents on this ship. One Okay, so we're gonna get into that. I do need to give you a quick rundown on the family background. 18-year-old Anna's biological parents are Chris Kepner. This is her Anna's dad is Chris Kepner, and this woman named Heather. Heather does not live in Florida with Anna. She does not live in Florida with anybody. She apparently has very little, if any, contact with Anna, and there's kind of inconsistency between the two. More on that later. But Anna's biological mom is a woman named Heather that lives in Oklahoma. Anna never really sees her. Anna doesn't really interact with her. In fact, Anna seems to have a lot of resentment towards her. She lives with her dad, Chris Kepner. And when Anna's 3 years old, her dad, Chris Kepner, remarries a woman named Tabitha. So this is Anna's first stepmom, is Tabitha. This part is also contentious, but it's been alleged that Chris cheated on Heather, Anna's biological mom, with their babysitter, Tabitha. To that theory, I suppose, is the fact that Chris and Tabitha get married, and they do have a very substantial age gap. And so now, Heather moves to Oklahoma. She leaves her biological daughter and moves to Oklahoma. Anna has a stepmom. Tabitha then gives birth to Anna's first half-sibling. This is September of 2011, which means Tabitha was very pregnant when she married Chris, actually. That's Anna's first half-sibling. Then 6 years later, Tabitha and Chris have another child, a baby girl. So just another recap. Chris and Heather have Anna. They divorce. Chris marries Tabitha. They have a son. They have a daughter. 2 wives, 3 kids so far. Then Tabitha has a pretty nasty divorce where Tabitha gets primary custody of the 2 minor children, but not Anna. She's been Anna's stepmom since Anna was 3 to 16 years old, but she can't get custody of Anna. Anna's going to turn 18 soon, turn into an adult soon. And then Chris remarries another woman named Chantel. Chantel has 3 kids from the previous marriage to the So these are going to be Anna's step-siblings. She's got an 18-year-old son named Andrew. Andrew is going to be very important later, but he's not on this cruise ship. I don't even think that Andrew is in a really good spot, because Andrew stays with So 18-year-old Andrew stays with Chantel brings 2 minor children into this relationship. Her 16-year-old son, the main suspect so far, and then her 9-year-old daughter.
Got it. Okay.
So they get married. So this is where the custody gets a little bit complicated. Okay, I'm just going to give you an overview of all the children. And this is going to be organized in relation to when the children come into Anna's life. You have 18-year-old Anna, her 14-year-old half-brother from Tabitha, her 10-year-old half-sister from Tabitha, and now from Chantel, with no biological relation, she has her 18-year-old stepbrother Andrew, her 16-year-old stepbrother, and her 9-year-old stepsister. And just to clarify, not all of them live in the same house. When we're talking about who lives in the same house, we've got Chris Kepner, the dad, Chantel, the new stepmom, and because we have 2 minor kids, Chris just has Anna's kids. And then Chantel, 18-year-old Andrew is with her ex, so she's got 2 minor kids. The stepson and the 16-year-old Chris and Chantel live in Chantel's 16-year-old son gets a room, and Chantel's daughter gets a room. So that's 3 to 3. And 18-year-old Anna is left sleeping in the dining room. She has partitioned it off a little bit to make it a little bit cozier, but it is a dining room at the end of the day. I thought it was going to be more of a dining room, like you know how if it's sectioned off with walls on each side and maybe there's an opening into the kitchen. So no, it's like right next to the kitchen. It's more so like a breakfast nook. So in another TikTok, you know, you see bits of this dining room setup, room setup, but you have a lot of TikToks that Anna has posted where it does seem like, and this is obviously speculation, but it does appear that perhaps Anna really was excited to get out of the house soon. She was set to graduate high school in May of 2020. So she's 6 months away from graduating. She wants to enlist in the Navy. She's already taken and there seems to be I don't know who the company is, like when stepmom Chantel, but she was complaining like these were essentially strangers that moved into our house. I don't know these people, and now I just have to act like she's my new stepmom. There is that sort of energy. There
That's a
is
report somewhere.
yeah, that is like a basically hearsay report.
Okay.
And then there are TikToks that she herself has posted where she expresses a lot of disappointment towards her biological mom for not being in her life and towards ex-boyfriends, but also just life in general. In one TikTok, it's just a photo slide of 3 pictures, and the first one says, "A glow stick has to break before it can glow." You swipe. So I broke, swiped, and now I'm wondering if I'll ever be able to glow again. Another one with the caption reads, "Having a good heart will only get you hurt in this generation." So it seems like Anna's going through a lot. Some people categorize it as teenage angst, but I will say, I think the people around her, the adults in her life, November 17th, 2025, over a week after the cruise ship docked in Port Miami, a post circulating on X is from a man named Martin, and Martin writes, "I need everybody's help on this. If you haven't heard this story, then you've been living under a rock. This is my niece, Anna Kepman. She was 18 and was on a cruise ship with her dad, stepmom, and the family members. I cannot stay silent about this matter any longer. The stepmom's son killed her. Stuck her naked, beaten body in the sheet and stepped around her bed and covered her with life jacket. Then slept on the bed like nothing happened. He told his mom when no one could find Anna on the ship, so yes, they know who did this. Thank you that the father, Chris, remains silent about it. Please pass this on until maybe it gets to somebody that can do something about it. If nothing is done, it will all come out on the 20th. At least after the stepmom has died, after threatening family, if they talk before, they're going to be banned from the funeral in remembrance of life for Anna. Please pass this so my family can get closure to the people who did this and lied and stalled to tell the rest of us what happened when it did. Now you just look guilty of a cover-up." Martin Donahue is not just a random nobody. Martin Donahue is Tabitha's dad, and Tabitha was Anna's mom from when Anna was 3 years old to 16 years old. I mean, she's been like a primary mother figure in Anna's life. I couldn't find any post of Anna talking about her stepmom specifically or what their relationship was like, but it seems like nothing alarming or contentious about it. I mean, they share half siblings. Anna shares half siblings, but it's they had a healthy relationship, and this is Tabitha's brother saying something's going on. My niece was killed, and her own biological father is being silent about it.
At this point, isn't the police investigating? So what is he, you know?
I think right when the cruise ship docked and FBI showed up to the ship, a lot of Anna's close immediate family members, they were posting like very vague statements of Anna's passing, just talking about how she will be remembered, how she was Anna Banana, how she was bubbly and wanted to be a canine officer and always loved Georgia Bulldogs and wanted to go to UGA. It was
She's from Atlanta?
No, so she's actually from Florida, but
She want to go to
huge
UGA?
dogs fan, yeah, apparently. But it's weird because all these people are making it seem like something tragic happened on the boat. When he's like, no, my niece was killed, and I'm pretty sure it was her stepbrother that was on the boat with her.
So nobody's like fighting for justice for Anna.
Exactly. It seems like a very quiet investigation. And now this is the spotlight of, okay, so she was killed. I mean, there were some reports that she was found under the mattress, so it was assumed that she had been murdered. But this is the most detailed information that has come out thus far. And there are a lot of weird things about it. Immediately after this post, like 3 days after, Anna's grandparents do an ABC interview. And everyone starts talking about the room arrangement. The room arrangements are very strange. There are 9 members of the family joining the cruise, and you've got 3 rooms. So the first room, you just have the grandparents, Barbara and Jimmy or Jeffrey. He's not as important. Barbara is Mima. This is like Anna's favorite person in the world, it seems like, and she's always posting about her grandma, and she's called her Mima. And Mima has been they're Chris. So Chris Kepner's parents, grandma and grandpa and wife. So that's 2 out of the 9. Now there are 7 family members left. The second room, you've got Chris Kepner and Chantel. And then you have their 2 youngest daughters from separate marriages. So you've got Chris and Tabitha's 10-year-old daughter, and then you have Chantel and Thomas's 9-year-old daughter. So that's 4 of the 9. There's only 3 family members left. You've got 18-year-old Anna, Chantel and Thomas's 16-year-old son, and Chris and Tabitha's 14-year-old son. So you've got Anna's 14-year-old half-brother and her 16-year-old stepbrother. The only child not included in the cruise is 18-year-old Andrew from Chantel's previous marriage, who stays with his dad.
Got it.
But everybody else is on the cruise.
So people didn't like this room setup, or?
Yeah, people do not like this room setup. It's a weird. Okay, I mean, when you do look into the room, it's not like they're sharing beds. It's. The video indicated like it has 1 bed on the ground and then 2 bunk beds. So these cruise ships, they pack people in. So you've got 1 bed where it seems like Anna probably slept in that bed, and then 2 of the Coleman bunks. It seems like both the boys slept in that one. The 14-year-old half-brother and the 16-year-old stepson. But it's just, I'm not a parent, so I probably would not do the room and things like that. It's very weird to have an 18-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy who have maybe known each other for 2 years, have no like blood relation, staying in the same room. People thought it was very odd. Because, okay, Anna and her half-brother, nobody thinks that's odd. And they grew up together, whereas this boy, I mean, Anna's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
There is a lot of weird, and I'm sure there are many unhealthy family dynamics where this could have worked out perfectly fine, but clearly this is not one of them. So there's just a lot of uncomfort, and a lot of people, a lot of parents have been sounding off in all the comment sections of how they personally would have handled it. And it seems like most parents are in agreement like this would have never happened in their house. You should at least have an adult in there. It almost seems like they put 18-year-old Anna in there as the adult. I mean, I can get really confused with it. I was really trying to keep a poll of what a lot of parents in the comments were saying. So the first one was, a lot of people thought either Anna should have been placed with her grandparents. But then the problem that the Kepners would have had is that you can't put a